What's good? What's good? What's the deal, baby? It's your boy DJ Sax. Let me turn this around a little bit. I'm trying not to get my television because I got the Cowboys getting spanked right now. Yeah, getting tore up, bro. Anyways, it's your boy Sax. You got my man DJ Jazz DJ as you see. Sorry about that, bro. Um, anyway, once again, your boys is back, rocking. Waiting on my man Mac to get in the building. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he come through, we should be good. You know. Um, Cole is going to be MIA today. You know what I mean? He got some family business he had to take care of. So, you know, we see how that work out, you know. Um, but it's right now, it's just me and my boy Jazz. You know what I mean? The dynamic duo is back, you know what I'm saying? As usual, you know, we always doing our thing. Uh, we have a few things that, nah, man, you not here with me? Yeah, so we got my boy Jazz in the building. So, you know, there's a few things that we're going to talk about today, man. You know, obviously some sports. Um, you know, a few personal things, a few job related things, maybe. You know what I mean? We'll see how that work out. You know what I mean? Um, but my topic right now for the beginning session, we'll start off with my guys. You know what I mean? My Knicks. Um, I, I don't know what to say about them right now, man. I'm not worried about them. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's not an Iverson. He's not a Kobe. I think yeah, I think Brunson's getting better, but he's not that guy. He's just elusive to a point where he knows how to utilize his body. Hmm. 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 Jeremy Lin was the guy. You know what I'm saying? If you pay attention, I mean, me personally, bro. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like they have a new system. You know what I mean? And I can see the hesitation in the upbeat tempo that they're trying to portray. I see that Brunson definitely has a handle on it. Like he understands it completely. That's how I know that how intelligent this dude is. Towns is having an issue with it for some reason. I mean, and for me, you a big guy, just get down low and let everything else work their way out from there. Right. Mhm. Yeah, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Like me personally, I mean, shoot, be able to shoot a three, that's a plus. You know what I mean? You make it super hard by driving all the way from the 3 point line to the hole. Like, don't make it so hard for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, get down low, bang a little bit, take a little rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, do all the things, the tangibles that I feel like you should be doing down there. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these dudes can't even hold you because of your size, your stature, your ability. Like a lot of these dudes can't hold you like that. So I feel like if you stay down low or at least stay within 10 feet, do the Charles Oakley. You know what I mean? Stay within 10 feet, then you can get a nice little drive or whatever. But going all the way from the top of the key and now you want to drive and slam into the pylon and like waiting for a call, bro, you causing too much trauma on your body. You know what I mean? Yeah. 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 Yeah, I feel like he's not living like that. You know what I mean? And that's the bad thing. You got Bridges. I think is coming into his own right now. You know what I mean? He's figuring out this speed, and I think it's suiting him. Hart is going to be Hart, bro. Like, he's the glue, bro. Like that dude right there. He's the Dennis Rodman and Oakley put together. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude is just he's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like Yeah, yeah. uh, don't shoot, right? Man, bro, I don't want Giannis though, and I like Giannis. You think Giannis' defense is better? Oh, you talking about Cat? Yeah, 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 yeah. It's different. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Hart. I'm like, wait, what? Nah. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. I got you. Yeah, yeah. But they're reckless. And that's the one thing about Orlando that Cats is not seeing. They play with a reckless abandonment. Like I feel like they're able to be controlled. Like we played Orlando the other day, right? And we lose to these guys, but you lose, and there's an old saying: you live by the three, you die by the three. Okay, so and I feel like these dudes, they would have it would have been an easier game had they did the inside outside situation. You know what I mean? You got Cat, you got Robinson. That's your twin tower right there, number one, right? They don't have a team built for that. They have to learn to do the inside outside. So, yo, I'm gonna let Town go down. You want to stay deep down? I'm gonna stay within 10 feet. Robertson got a little 10 foot jump shot. He could take that. You know what I mean? Or reverse. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be out 10. And then let Bridges, Brunson. You know, I mean, we lost Shamit. You know what I mean? And Anobi wasn't there too, so that was another reason why we didn't have that other energy. But we didn't have Shamit, we didn't have Ananobi, we didn't have McBride. McBride was out, so we living off of second and third ring players, and I'm like, they still should have won that game. You know, bro. All right, so let's. Oh my gosh, bro, bro, bro. There's no excuse for that. There was no excuse for that. He literally. walked his way into the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bro. Cause that's because most of their defensive um backs can't hold anybody. Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? Our defensive line is horrible, horrible. You know what I mean? Then on top of all of that, if we're going to keep it 100, um, trying to hold the receivers, insane, insane. He had a really good game today, bro. Like honestly, he had a really good game today. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he was more on point than not. Oh, was it Nabel? Something like that? Yeah, yeah. Mm, yeah, yeah. Yo, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, week ago, something like that. Yeah, yeah. It was well before the last. I think last week they played first game without him. Yeah, yeah. But it was inevitable, bro. I saw it coming. The writing was on the wall. If they anybody to see it, then that's their issue. But the writing was on the wall for him. Yeah, he was definitely out. Yeah, I mean, are you talking about Wilson? Russell Wilson? I mean, at this point in time, to me, it felt more to me today like you wanted to just make it look like or everybody was auditioning today. This was an audition game. We're gonna lose. We're gonna make sure that we lose, right? We're gonna let them catch up. Last second, we're not gonna kick the field goal to win the game. We're just gonna let them catch up, tie it up, and beat us in overtime. But look, these are all the players that we have, so we can trade up for some for some picks or whatever. That's what it looked like to me today, bro. Today it looked like an audition game. No, I don't think they're gonna trade the solids. You know what I mean? Because contractually, that's why I'm saying like a lot of players stepped up today in today's game. A lot of players did some things today. That's why it felt like an audition game to me. Like it felt like these guys was literally auditioning for next season. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, look, this is what I can do. This is my talent. This is what I'm capable of. And you know, well, we're definitely gonna lose though. We're not gonna win. You know what I mean? We won the two games. We good with that. Yeah, yeah, right. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When I saw us up 20 to what was it, 20-7 or 20, whatever it was, and I was like, now of all days, you wouldn't do this now. And then when I started seeing them come back, I was like, oh, this was always the plan. This is always the plan. You know what I mean? The plan was to go up big, play hard, show them that we got a little bit of defense in me. You know what I mean? I'm auditioning for a spot for next year. So now my agent can start going out. He can start showing his tape. He can start saying, look, this is what my guy is capable of. You know what I mean? You know, put him on this team. But you have the same offensive coach. You have the same offensive coach. Where was this before? What was it before? Like let's do some things, right? Finally. All right. Okay. So all I say is this. Your biggest goal for next year is to match offense. You know what I mean? Because if you go straight defense and start going for a whole bunch of defensive players, it's going to still be the same thing when it comes down to us scoring points. You know what I mean? If you can't block to allow the quarterback 4 seconds, let's say 3 to 4 seconds to get a ball off, because they getting through 1.5, 2 seconds. Like this is crazy. He's scrambling. Here's the reason why he's on concussion protocol now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give him some time, bro. Like allow him to get the ball out. You know what I mean? If you can give him more, that's even better. And that's what happened today. Today was like, yo, he was getting the ball out. Bro. I was like, yo, I ain't go front. He looking good. You know, he was looking great. But once again, I don't care what nobody say. They were auditioning today, bro. They definitely got their highlight reels. They definitely got all the stuff that they need to show, what they got to show for next season. That's it. That's it. And I think it's going to be the same way next week. Watch. They're gonna do some things and they're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yeah, right. Hmm. Hmm. Right. That he was a snitch. Mm-mm. Right. Yeah. I mean, and that's. I mean, he may have some influences. He may have some influences or whatever the case may be, but I don't think that um it's as deep as everybody's saying it is. You know what I mean? I don't think he's as involved. You know, it's funny because we talking about like old school basketball, and I was talking to a cat the other day, um, about he was asking me who my Mount Rushmore was, um, and I said, well, it's kind of hard because it depends on if you're talking about positional, or you talking about just all time, or you talking about. And he was saying all time. You know what I mean? And I said, well, my favorite player number one is Allen Iverson. Right? We had this discussion last week. Right? We was talking about AI, and I said, then we got to look at the cross between Kobe and Jordan, right? I said, but that would be my small forward. And it was like, what? And I was like, yeah. I said, because Magic would probably be my guard, while AI is going to be my two guard, right? And he was like, hold on, wait. I'm not understanding. That don't even sound right, right? And I'm like, I don't sound right, right? And he was like, well, AI is a guard. I said, yeah, technically he's a guard, you know what I mean? But AI didn't play as a guard. He always played as a two guard, you know what I mean? And he's telling me, no, he said he was a guard. I said, so the question is this: if he was a guard, then who was Eric Snow? Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get him to understand. Like, if he was the guard, then who was Eric Snow? Because Eric Snow was not the two guard. Let's get that straight. That's why everybody pulls it from there. Everybody pulls it from there. And I'm saying, okay, so who was Eric? He was like, well, he was the guard. Okay, so if he's the guard and AI is in at the same time, well, what is position is AI playing? And he's like, I said, he's not a small forward. Let's get it straight, right? He's not the small forward. He's yeah, but he's too small to be. Whether he's too small or not, he was climbing dude 7 foot up, so it doesn't matter what size he was. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. 6'10", 6'11". Yeah, you didn't have. I mean, until you got to like the new Bulls and the, those guys were like, just yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So so let me ask you a question. Okay, so let me just put my point out this way. My five, my Mount Rushmore. I don't know why I'm studying through this, right? My Mount Rushmore. Like I said, I got Magic, Allen Iverson. I have Kobe and or Jordan, right? If I had to pick between the two, I would go with Kobe. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, but Jordan. I get it. I get it. For me, if we get the goat talk, because I don't even want to talk LeBron before I talk Jordan and Kobe, because to me those are the two goats right there. You know what I'm saying? It was something about Kobe personally, not in basketball, personally, that made me like him a little bit more than Jordan. That's it. So that off off the court, off the off the court personally. And yeah, he's had his issues. Heck, so did Jordan. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about the whole gambling scandal. We could talk about the infidelity situation they trying to throw under the bus for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole lot of things that we could talk about, but I don't never want to put that and bring another person down. But for Kobe, it was more of a personalized, with the fans, with with the public. Like, he was just more personable to me than Jordan was, and that's the only reason why he gets the edge. And I'm talking about a slight edge, bro. I'm talking about we talking about a fingertip, not even it's like a slight edge, and that's only because I respect the talent. I'm not a Jordan fan. You know what I mean? I'm not really 100% a Kobe fan. You know what I mean? But I respect his talent 1,000%. Like, he was that guy. Right, right, right. There hasn't been another player like them. At, hmm Offensively, absolutely, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Who gonna get the last shot? Who gonna take that? Yeah, who gonna take over the game? Who gonna? Mhm. Right, right. No, go ahead. You said you gonna give me mine. Oh, so yeah, so I said uh Magic, Kobe. Magic, AI, Kobe or Jordan. I lean more towards Kobe. Um, and a lot of people don't. They probably won't even think of putting him down there, but he's on there for me. Daryl Dawkins, right? And look, a lot of people will go with a lot of other different players, but that dude was super dominant, bro. Like, just, he was Shaq dominant as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I hear you. And then the last for me would be Hakeem, right? And I only pick Hakeem um, because he just was in my era dominant, and Kareem was probably overly more dominant. But honest and truthfully, and I'm keeping it a buck, I didn't watch him as much as I did Hakeem. You know what I mean? And Patrick Ewing is my guy, so let's get that straight. Like, if I didn't put him on Mount Rushmore, right? He's my guy. Like, I watched him all the way from Georgetown. You know what I mean? But if I didn't put him on there, then I'm just saying, you know. But yeah, yeah, he was my guy. He was my guy. So Right, right. Nah. I think Akeem was like 6'10", 6'11". What are you talking about? Of Danny Green. Right, right. Right, 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 right. Well, that's one of the reasons why I picked Hakeem because you know a lot of people underestimate his stats and his ability and you know they I mean don't get me wrong, um, Elijah Wan I mean not Elijah Wan Kareem was that guy. You know what I mean? Stat wise, like he was killing it. You know what I'm saying? Right, 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 I mean, if you start talking about rings and stuff like that, I mean, Robert Horry was decent. You know what I mean? He was Xavier McDaniel decent. You know what I mean? He wasn't, you know, super explosive or anything like that or whatever, but he got mad rings. You know what I mean? But he got that off of the back of like you said, the Elijah ones and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, bro. San Antonio had their own dynasty. They had their own dynasty and their own right. Like cats dismiss San. They don't even think about them when they talk about dynasties. They don't even think about San Antonio. When you really think about it, yo, they got mad rings. Yeah, right. But and then on top of all that, you got to remember they were coached well, bro. Like their coaching was incredible. You know what I mean? Because not just that, not only did they just have, don't get me wrong, Pop was amazing. Pop is amazing. I'm not gonna say he was. Pop is amazing, but his assistant coaching was insane. A lot of people fail to realize how important that assistant coaching is. You know what I mean? When especially when it comes down to your players, keeping them on point. You know what I mean? Help. Hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. I feel like um, now we talking about the job. Yeah, segue straight into to the final comments of this show because I don't want to have to go all in. Um, but so recently, right? There's several events that have happened. Um, one being I had a medical, and everything was fine with the medical until I got to a specific portion of it. Um, I feel that the medical team downtown needs to be. I don't want to say anybody should be let go. I don't want to say anybody should be fired. I don't want to say anybody should be terminated. They need to be reevaluated. Okay. They need to be. Um, what's a good word to use, bro, without sounding like I'm being bitter? Because right. Hmm. Hmm. I'm cool with that. But when you force when you force the issue, that's a problem for me. You know what I mean? It's not like you walking in and your blood pressure is like, 99. You know what I'm saying? Like 152 over 99. You know what I mean? Like, but when you put the cuff on wrong, you know what I mean? When you don't do it the way you're supposed to, when you're jiggling the guy's arm and moving it all around while the pressure's going and stuff like that or whatever, yeah, it's not gonna give an accurate reading. So with that being, it's a possibility. Yeah. it's a possibility. Like and then on top of all of that, a lot of your equipment is it's antiquated. So it's like you know, I'm not saying you had to have the newest technology, but with all the money that you get that you scamming from us, and I say scamming because I already feel some kind of way about the whole contract thing. Absolutely, absolutely, an actual hospital. Hmm. Hmm. That could raise your blood pressure. You know what I mean? Was there a rush getting here? Did you have to rush to get there because now you rushing and trying to hurry up and get there between a certain time because the train took a little while, so you don't have to deal with the pressures of you got to the Mac late or it took you too long, so you're gonna have to come back another day or you know ineligible. So here's the reason why I feel like they need to be reevaluated as far as, the capabilities of giving said tests, giving the blood pressure, giving the EKG. The EKG is the worst, you know what I mean? Because that equipment to me is so old that I mean, I see them. I'm sitting there one day, man. I'm like, yo, they're knocking people down. Oh, you on the medical hold? You got to get this information. These new cats is coming in like, yo, what's going on? I ain't never had a problem with my heart or EKG or whatever. Now I gotta go get this test done just to show that I want the job, right? Not even that you have the job yet, that I want the job. You're on a medical hold until you get this test. Man, the machines is old. That's what it is. And then on top of all that, you have technicians that don't even know how to use the daggone machines. You know, look, I had an incident where the lady didn't put the leads on right. And then the doctor doubled down on that. Like, come on, bro. Listen, we got to do better. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Mm, 10 minutes. It would take you 10 minutes to get it all done. Put you back in that freezing behind room. Let you freeze until that, you know what I mean? Because that's what they do. They put you in there. The room is like 2 degrees below zero. You know what I mean? And want you to take everything from the waist up off. You know what I mean? So now you're sitting there freezing. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, bro. At the end of the day, they got to do better. You know what I mean? And they don't want to do better because, like you said, it helps them to keep with a quota of not having to say everybody's okay. You know what I mean? And now when you go see these specialists, hmm let me get the testing done. And if that test come back crazy, then I get you saying, okay, well, you know, our test was this. This test is still saying the same thing. So you know what I mean? We're gonna have to figure out a medical resolution to help you with your situation. But until then, mhm, There was a skinny white chick that used to be there. She did the same thing to me, and I was like, listen, the test wasn't done right in the first place. You know what I mean? But we'll get this test done. And once you show that the test is done, oh well, the test is showing this, blah blah blah. I took it in there. The specialist was like, man, why did they send y'all down here? This is a perfectly normal EKG. And she circles the little area they claiming is the issue. And he's like, that could have mean that you moved. It could have mean that you took a deep breath. It could have mean anything. But it's not showing that you got a heart issue. Bro, I took that EKG when the first time they did it. They said I had an issue. I took that EKG when I was in my mid to late 30s. So I'm just saying, it's been going on for years. This has been going on for years. You know what I mean? But they feel the need to just and forget about the money because some cats don't have time like that, so they losing time. You know what I mean? So now, if you can't get work at the depot because you can't drive a TA vehicle, if you can't get work at the depot, you just lose money. And the way the system is set up, you know what I mean? You have certain amount of, restricted runs that you can do. Bro, you could be out of work for a month before you get a piece of work. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to give you money for that mortgage? Who's going to put money for that? Don't forget about your savings. I mean, if you have savings, some people don't have savings. Some cats is living check to check. You know what I mean? Right. You're on the will. Yo, bro, listen. They're saying it's guaranteed work, but there's so many cats knocked down. You have dudes already on that wheel, so you gotta wait for them to come off for you to get on it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, bus driver number 6 is already on it. He's been on it for a week, and then you still got bus driver number 7, who's the second person that's in there, and he's just getting on there. So when bus number 6 come off, then you go on, right? You got it for 2 weeks, so you technically got to wait a whole week as needed, right? Yeah, and it's a list. It's already a list. So if you get in the first 2 weeks and you got 9 guys waiting to get work, you know what I mean? Just think that's 2 weeks for each guy. You know what I mean? That's 18 weeks before you're gonna see some work. Come on, man. It's insane. You know what I mean? And then some of these tests take a month before you can get a daggone appointment to go take the test. Bro, you got to see the specialist first. Then he he puts in for the test. It's a week to see the specialist, right? And then it's right, if you're lucky, right? Right, if you're lucky. And then it's 5 to 6 weeks before you see. Yo, bro, it's insane how they rock out, man. And they could care. Yo, when the dude told me that uh, I was restricted from driving any TA vehicles because of X, Y, and Z, I was like, my dude, it took everything in my power not to put this dude on his legs. You know what I mean? Like, because I knew he was just running game on me, man. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. You know what I mean? And then when the specialist saw the EK, the paperwork and stuff like that, he was like, listen, you're a big guy, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Nothing at all. You know what I mean? I don't know what scam your company got. Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'm a t- mind you, mind you, mind you, Tammy A is about 90 pounds soaking wet, right? And she got all kinds of heart ailments or whatever the case may be, and she just walking through there smiling at y'all like it ain't no big deal. You know what I mean? Starting conversations with everybody, and it's like, oh yeah, so and so and so and so. And they're like, oh yeah, your blood pressure just a little high, but it's all right. You know, with your weight, I'm pretty sure you was just rushing here, and or something that caused it. You know what I mean? With me, man, I'm about to explode, right? My blood pressure is through the roof. As soon as they see me, it's like, oh yeah, word up. They're like, yo, well, we can't let you go home. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that show is like 300 over 97. You know what I mean? So, yo, bro. But they definitely, yo, bro. The last day I was there, the day I went back to hand my paperwork in and eloquently give the doctor a piece of my mind, right? Um, they push people out the room in the back. They was like, yo, they were walking in with the gurney, right? Yeah, they push you out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Well, they don't. Nah, bro. I'm gonna tell you straight out the back. They was like, oh, you a big guy. You don't get to lay down. You don't get none of that. I'm just knocking you down. You going straight to the doctor. You know what I mean, and get it done. You know what I mean. But unfortunately, what they don't realize is that I am DJ Sax. He is Jazz the DJ. So certain things that you don't understand about us, and what you don't understand is that we got a good family base, man. Like we really do. You know what I'm saying? So we get taken care of. You know what I mean? And so, but I mean, all this to be said, man, we making light of all this situation, man. But okay, all right. But yo, so I was just told um, that some people that we used to rock with back in the day want to do an event with us, right? And they were like, "Yo, I remember you was talking about doing a 72-hour marathon, right? Rockathon, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't know, bro. Like that would have been a lot on me. You know what I'm saying? And here's the reason why I hesitated in wanting to do it because you know." You're talking about 72 hours, and it's not the music, because I got the music. The music is not the issue. It's the 72 hours, bro. Like, you can't just do 72 hours off the cuff. You gotta like lead up to it. Like you gotta practice that a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I gotta do a good 24 hours by myself one day, and then another time I gotta do a good 48 hours by myself one day. Like you gotta understand, it's a lot to stand up for 48 hours. Yo, yo, you gotta play that. Yeah, you gotta play that good 15-minute mix and just be like, okay, let me turn the lights off real quick. Get that little, or or um do like my boy used to do and just rock a couple of videos for about a good 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Do a good video mix, man. Just be like, all right, you know what I mean? Being that we in it, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you was going for like 30 minutes. I had the video was rocking. You know what I'm saying? You good? You know? Uh, I'll have to do something, bro. 72 hours is a long time, but they were talking about doing a collective 72, so it wouldn't have been straight 72 for me. You know what I mean? Long as it's collective, long as there's enough people. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's 72, bro. I feel like we were talking about the amount of DJs that we knew. And I said that technically we can probably do 72 hours, an hour each. And we were like, do we really know that many? And then we started talking and collaborating. Absolutely. Yo, when you think about, nah, honestly, well, me personally, you know what I said? I said that we commit to 5 hours, right? And the more people that come on, it diminishes the amount of time that each person has to do. You know what I mean? So if you can commit to five, right? Now, how you bring it up? You don't have to. You could do a straight five. You can do two and a half, two and a half. You can do two, two and one. You can do however you want to do it, right? But if you commit to five, and then you get enough people, then you down to four, then you down to three, and you know what I mean, down to two. Because 2 hours is nothing. 2 hours goes like that. I'll be honest with you. You know, what I mean, you start rocking and you get into your groove, but 2 hours is nothing. You know what I mean? I remember when we did the 24 hour marathon, right, for TC, and it was like that we all got an hour. You know what I mean? And the hour went like as fast as I started, it was over. You know what I mean? And it was like certain people that I talk about this story every single time we talk about this marathon, bro, because it's my favorite part. Okay? And not because it's my partner, not because it's my boy, not because it's my dude, not because we rock together, not because but Jazz had the most incredible set, bro. I've never seen somebody. yo, son, Jazz rock. I'm gonna tell you about it. He rock commercials. Like, I mean, commercials. My baloney has a first name. Like, yo, Jazz rock commercials in sync on beat with with a couple other songs or whatever, but he blended them so well. Like it was the most incredible set. yo, yo, I don't. I didn't forget it. Nah, bro. I didn't forget it because yo, I'm telling you, it was everybody. Everybody was like, yo, because when he first started, it was like, is he playing commercials? Right? And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, yeah. Yo, bro, it was the most incredible set. And it's only because it was creative. You know what I'm saying? It was on point. I've never seen him do it. I've never seen anybody do it. Like I said, I wish we had saved it. You know what I mean? Had I known that it was going to be, because I'm gonna be honest with you, he didn't even tell me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even tell me about it. So I was like, okay, I want to see what he's gonna do. And Cash like, yo, with Jazz he gonna rock some of the old school joints. I said, yo, bro, he didn't even tell me what he was gonna do. So it's gonna be a surprise to me, like it's a surprise to you guys. You know what I mean? And I had already done my set. I was good. So I was just waiting on to see what he was going to do because somebody else came on after me. I think maybe one or two people came on after me, and then it was Jazz. And when Jazz started off, and it was like, yo, Ma Maloney has her first name. Yo, we sitting there, we like, yo, is he gonna play commercials? And then he came in with the beat and everything with it, and they was like, "Oh, that's fire!" And then the most incredible set that I've seen, and that's why every time we talk about the marathon, I talk about that because that was the most incredible to me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The color codes, the time codes. Yeah, 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 yeah. We always had something different. Yeah, I yeah, yeah. I mean, everything that we did, it was always, always. It is. Hmm. I'm telling you, we came up with so many different phrases, man. It was like, and we was on a radio station, so at the end of the day, a lot of cats was like, yo, y'all always coming up with something new. You know what I mean? We always starting something. We had this jug. I don't know where I got the jug from. I think it was like from Walmart or something like that, or whatever the case may be. And I started just starting my show off, or starting our show off, when it's sitting on top of the turntable, just spinning, right? And next thing I know, the DJ that used to come on after us, he had one, and then DJ after him, he had one, and it was like it became a movement, in a jug movement. You know what I mean? It's just the little things that we did. You know what I'm saying? That just because I'm not about being a follower. I don't follow. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, me and Jazz just come up with something like he said off the cuff, and we off to the races with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just little things, man. Like he said, little things. So I already know where he going. Do-do-do-do-do. I already know where he was going with it. Yo, let me tell you something, man. I think this is why me and Jazz are like so linked mentally because you know we already know where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like yo, he'll say something and we already in the same pocket. We easy in the same pocket. Like just now, if you didn't pay attention, you know what I mean. Like as soon as he said it, I was like, I already know where he going with it. I already know where he going. You know, but yo, Jazz was like, yo, that sound like a nipple rub. But yeah. Oh man. But listen, y'all. I had a great time, man. We gonna bounce out. I got a little bit off my chest with the job. I'm not done with them, but I got a little bit of more to come. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I want to next week when we come through, man. I want to talk a little more, and I'm not really, into, doing a whole political thing or whatever, but I gotta talk about my girl Jasmine Crockett. Yo, yo, she is, she is on fire, bro. She is on fire right now, son. Bro, I'm telling you, she. When I tell y'all, she. Next week, we can talk about it next week. We can start a whole new hour-long segment just talking about her. You know what I mean? Um, but salute to everybody, man. Shout out to my boy David Cole and Mac. You know what I'm saying? They had some things they had to take care of. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna see them get back live in the flesh, um, rocking with your boys. Once again, we bringing out the merch. Your T, I got your joint printed up. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. Got you, gonna get you right. I got one or two things that I gotta get for you. So shout out to the Talk Cafe. I'll see if I can pull this up on y'all. So this is the other podcast, right? Got that on the sleeve. Y'all can see that one. Of course, I got the fellas on that one. You know what I mean? And then we got the SOAC merch. You know what I mean? Sons of a Culture. It's fire. Love the shirt. Um, and yeah, 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 man. We ready, bro. This is gonna be good right here. I'm loving it completely. Um, Shout out to everybody at the job, man. All my operators, man. Love you guys, man. Y'all stay safe out there. Um, my boy, that's out there. Hold it down for us till we get out there. You know what I mean? T won't be out there tomorrow, but I'll be out there. You know what I'm saying? See, see, there we go. So Well, absolutely, absolutely. New York's hardest stream team in effect once again. You know what I mean? Things are gonna get a lot better, man. It's gonna get a lot richer in here. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm loving the fact that we can do it from the four studios, man. I appreciate that because a lot of these guys, man, it's hard to maneuver to get to one spot. You know what I mean? So we're able to, catalog a lot of stuff from the different studios. Oh, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely coming soon. You know what I mean? I'm actually working on something big right now where we had a really, really, really nice, elegant spot. But it's definitely coming soon. Um, Shout out to all the families, man. Tell my sister I said what's up. You know, and hey, man, we appreciate y'all. Yeah, my wife be the same way. She be like, oh, so I be like, oh, I'm about to go out. She, all right, I'm out of here. She going. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. This is. Yeah, man. Try. Man, listen. If we look, we get enough sponsors to pull us off of that iron horse, then yeah, we definitely be on here for a good 5 6 hours every day. We got enough material to talk about. I promise you. Promise you. But once again, man, shout out to everybody, man. It's your boy DJ Sax. That's who he is. Absolutely. And well, I'll let y'all next week, man. It's gonna be a little more entertaining. Like I said, you know what I mean? I got a few more things I want to talk about, you know what I mean? And just jump on the politic train for a hot second, you know what I mean? And talk about some things, and then jump off and get on that norm. You know what I mean? I got some other things I want to talk about musically also. So just stay with us, bro. We got a bunch of things to talk about, man. We always have something to conversate about. And if you feel like you want to talk about something, hit the chat. Let's talk about it. All right? Each one support one. Oh, sign so you can chime in. Oh, you can get it, bro. You'll get seen. Good wall, bro. I be telling Jazz, I be like, yo, you know him, bro. You just got to bring him out, man. You know? He be like, man, what is the sex? I said, you know it, bro. Come on. Yo, we got so many, bro. I'm telling you, I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna write a book. We got about a good 5 subject notebook full of stuff to talk about. Hold on, man. But we out of here, baby. Each one support one. Love you guys, man. I'll holler at y'all soon. To the next. Peace.